Psychiatrist and author Dan Siegel talks about the way that all of this screen time in our society is impacting relationships.
I once was having lunch in New York, and there was a couple from another country who had a 1-year-old child whose birthday was that day. And for the birthday present, they gave this child a smartphone. And then as I was watching this birthday celebration of a 1 year, each of the three people, mother, father, and the 1-year-old, was on their own device. And for the majority of the rest of that little gathering they had, they were both, including the 1-year-old, poking at the screen and not interacting with one another. It was one of the saddest lunches I've ever had. And I thought about the future of humanity, where people are becoming more comfortable with interacting with this thing in their hand than with interacting with one another. And I rode on the subway after that lunch, and most of the people were on their smartphones. When I got off the subway and went walking down the street, many of the people in the streets in New York were on their smartphones. When I got in the elevator of the hotel and rode up, everyone was on their smartphone. There was no time for just saying, hey, how's the weather? Or what are you here for? Where are you from? None of that was happening. And think about a world where the brain, which is responding to experience by changing its structural connection, is now being trained literally for a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, enough to start interacting primarily with a screen. So the reason the American Academy of Pediatrics says no screens before 2 is that kids get used to that. Kids get really frustrated with a regular television where you can't interact with the screen. They're seeing what's going on, and they're able, like this 1-year-old, to actually engage with the screen. So we need to make sure that relational connections, face-to-face communication is there. Studies even out of Seattle have shown that though we can give all sorts of stimuli to learn other languages, we actually learn best in relationship, not learning through the screen. And those studies are really important to remind us that learning is based on relational connection. We are a social creature. The brain is a social organ of the body, and social means deep connections using nonverbal signals as well as verbal input so that we can deeply know one another.
Thank you for watching this video. We publish new videos every week, so if you enjoy this sort of content, please like and subscribe to the channel.